Ladies and gentlemen, Sammy Hagar.
Here we are, all right? Everybody good? Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can make Eddie proud. Like this. So a guy calls up his doctor. He says, "Doctor, I got a problem." He said, "What's your problem?" He says, "My wife's treating me like a dog." Doctor says, "Oh Lord, how long has this been going on?" The guy said, "Ever since I was a little puppy." So then Doc says, "You got a problem? You need to come in, you need some couch time." The guy said, "I ain't allowed on the couch." Classic money, baby. Well, I'm always talking, baby, talking too much. I love that little girl, I can't get enough. It takes a lonely night with nowhere to go. Just call Rosanna, hell on the show. People for being here. Hey everybody, I'm Sammy Hagar. Welcome to a very, very special, bittersweet, but wonderful episode of a rock and roll road trip. Today we are in Beverly Hills, California, where tonight we celebrate the life of one of my good friends, a music icon, the one and only Eddie Money.
Now, we all know Eddie for Baby Hold On, 2 Tickets to Paradise, and of course, Take Me Home Tonight, some of the greatest hits. But most of all, he gave many of us some great, great memories. My personal friendship with Eddie was filled with a lot of crazy times, laughter, and some great music. And tonight, family, friends, and musicians are gathering on one stage to honor the memory and spirit of one of the good ones. Some of the people taking the stage tonight are Tommy Two-Tone, Mickey Thomas, John Waite, Greg Kihn, George Thorogood, Kevin Cronin, and Dave Amato of REO, and some special guests you're going to have to stick around to find out about. But it's not about the guests. Tonight, it's about the man who everyone knew as a natural performer who had a huge heart. Here's looking at you, Eddie, and welcome to another Rock and Roll Road Trip. When this show first started getting put together, you know, Lori contacted Kari, my wife, and they talked about it, and she said she wanted to film it and wanted to capture it on film. And I said, are you sure? I mean, this is something that's, you know, it's kind of personal. You know, I didn't even know she wanted to open it to the public or how she wanted to do it. I think the fact that his family, his band, you know, is here to play the songs with people that want to, and I do, I think that's so special. And Eddie had a lot of top 40 hits. I mean, he really wrote freaking hit singles, right? And the first thing you want to know is, well, who's going to do the best job and which songs, you know, and I think it was really tailored to the artists. But then when James Hetfield called me last week and said he was going to do it, and I said, well, what song are you going to do? And he said, Baby Hold On to Me. I said, oh, wow, that's such a great song. But he's going to do it by himself acoustically. So I'm really, really looking forward to hearing that. I think that will be special. Eddie could have been a comedian. There's not a question about it. He was a jokester. He walks in my dressing room, he says, hey man, you hear the one about, oh, you know, and I'm going, what the hell? This guy's funny as Rodney Dangerfield. And so I gave him my phone number like a fool because every morning I got used to, I'm talking about for the last few years, waking up, pick up my phone, there's my text. Eddie Money's got a new joke. Hey, do you hear the one? And he would tell you the same joke over and over again. He'd say, that's funny, huh? And I'd say, yeah, it was funnier the first time, Ed. You know, he was one of those kind of guys. But the thing that impresses me the most about him is his family loyalty and his loyalty to friends. A guy like me, anybody, you needed something from Eddie, brothers, all you got to do is ask. But anytime we did anything that looked like it was a musical event and they were around, we always invited, you know, Eddie and Laura. And my 70th birthday, of course, was absolutely, he, you know, wanted to come down for the 70th birthday. I wanted to do a big 70th birthday party at Cabo, and Eddie came down, and you know, we're kind of, him and I were the same age, and so we celebrated a few days, like a week in Cabo and all that. Really, once again, really solidifying our friendship. Eddie, right up to the end, was still telling jokes. There's no question about that. But I think when he first got the news, or when he first started seeing it, he went through a little grumpy period. And I'm laughing about it now only because it was so out of character. At the High Tide Music Festival that I had, and Eddie had come out and sang earlier with REO Speedwagon. Later on, we wanted to do backup for Vince Neil singing Girls, Girls, Girls with my band. And I wanted Eddie and Kevin Cronin and anybody else on the show to come out and sing background. And he was all grumpy about it. He was like, man, no, I don't want to do it, man. I got to get out of here. I'm going, Eddie, come on. You're crazy, man. It's going to be so much fun. We're just going to, you know, act stupid and stuff. No, no. And he wouldn't do it. And I didn't know, you know. And I thought, damn, Eddie's getting grumpy in his old age, you know, like we all do. But it wasn't that. And it's sad to look back. I was never tough on him by any means, but I saw it. I saw something was eating him. And then he, you know, when he told everybody, it was horrible. Eddie told me a joke one time that I tell again and again. I've got 3 jokes that I tell again and again. They're all 3 Eddie Money jokes. So these guys break in this guy's house and they tie him and the lady up, man. They tie him up in chairs and they start going through the place, ransacking it. And he's going, hey guys, listen. You know, just untie the lady and I'll give you everything you want. I'll show you where the money is, the jewelry. You have everything, anything you want. Just untie the lady and let her go. And the guy stops and goes, wow, man, you must really love your wife. He said, I don't know about that, but she's coming home in 15 minutes. Hey, my name is Sammy Hagar. Your mother's a big fan of mine. As I said, Eddie was always there to make people laugh, was truly a one-of-a-kind friend. I want to go talk to some of the people that are making this night so special. Let's head backstage. REO just got finished with their sound check. I'm gonna go talk to them. Well, let's go talk to them. Not just me, let's go talk to them. You guys sounded fucking great up there. Honest to God, man, it was so, that song is so driving.
I know, it rocks.
It just, so yeah.
That's a fun song.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's a straight ahead groover. So, two things. What song are you most looking forward to hearing tonight? Not who's singing it necessarily, but what's your favorite Eddie Money song?
I gotta say, Walk on Water.
2 tickets.
Me too. Okay, I'll meet you in paradise. Why are you doing the song You? Did someone ask you to do it, or did you pick that song?
You know, I was asked to do it, and when I read the lyric and saw that Eddie wrote that lyric, it was like, that was where Eddie's head was at, man, right? He was in such a good place,
yeah.
You know, down to the finish line, man. And that lyric, Think I'm in Love, you know, it was true. My life's looking up, you know, that was where he was at, I felt, you know.
Well, how close were you with Eddie? Do you know him really well, or?
I used to see him at the bank.
Well, who had the bigger bag? He's a solo artist.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, him, for sure.
He had the gun in his sack.
I swear to God, I used to see him at the bank all the time.
Wow, what a trip, man. What about you? Were you close with Eddie?
Well, here's the thing. We did probably over 100 shows with Eddie, and I'll never forget the first time we played with him.
Like when? What era? When? Like
all through.
Really?
From the 80s until a couple of years ago.
Eddie, great guy, really fun guy. What's the first thing you think about when you think of Eddie Money? First thing that comes to your mind.
First, well, his sense of humor, obviously. That everybody knows that.
He was telling me jokes when he almost couldn't finish a music. He'd lose his breath and start coughing. And I'd think, oh, this guy is just not going to give up on his comedy thing.
I know.
You know, and
all the way.
It wasn't as funny, you know. I'm saying, Eddie, take it easy. You know, you just, I love the guy. Anyway, Kevin, fun. You guys really sounded good up there tonight. It's a sound check. Only thing I'm worried about, you guys, I'm just a little concerned that you might have left it, you know, at the sound check. Like, you know, boxers, they leave it in the dressing room, get down the stage, and they got nothing. I'm just afraid that's going to happen to you guys.
We're going to reboot.
Well, you take a nap or something. You'll be all right. This night is filled with nothing but love, and it's great catching up with all of these artists, including Kihn. You know him from his hits Jeopardy and the breakup song. He and Eddie go way back. Kihn, ladies and gentlemen.
Sammy Hagar.
Yeah, there you go. Old buddies, Bay Area guys. We grew up with Eddie Money, right? Or he grew up with us.
All right, give me an Eddie
Who grew up
joke.
first? Well, give me an Eddie.
We grew up, we had parallel lives.
Yeah.
I came out from Baltimore to California to Berkeley. He came out from New York the same time. Eddie was always there. I mean, he was always, he was an inspirational guy. You know, was talking about what separates Eddie from all the other artists.
And what is it?
Well, he's got soul. He's got twice the soul
of
any of us. And
hold on here.
Wait. The man could sing the phone book. The man, he could live. Robert Abraham, and it'd be great.
Yeah, you're right. You know, Eddie had soul. He was a soul singer, though, right? In a way. I mean, pretty much a rocker, soul.
He was a soul singer.
Yeah. Homeboy, Kihn, grew up with Eddie Money right in the Bay Area like me. Well, grew up our careers with Eddie Money. And I can't wait to see you tonight.
All right, let's rock.
Your favorite person to see tonight? Wait a minute. What are you most interested to see somebody do that song?
I want to see you.
Oh.
I want to see you.
I'm out of here.
All right.
George Thorogood. You know who he is, right? George Thoroughly Bad and the Butchers was his own. Oh, no, I got that from away. Thoroughly Good and the Destroyers. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, George, my old buddy. We did a rock and roll road trip. George, what are you doing here again?
What am I doing here again?
Oh, what song?
What do you think? I'm doing a song Money. Eddie Money. Get it?
But he did right.
It was my original idea that I borrowed from Willie Nelson. As you can see, everybody, once Sammy gets over his shyness, he'll be okay.
Yeah. And wait a minute. Your favorite rock and roll band in the world? The Stones. Which one of the Stones your favorite guy, Mick or Keith? Both. Wait a minute, let's see. Can I answer somebody?
Yeah. People go up and say, well, who is your idol as a else, but I can't say his name right. It's either Mick Richards or Keith Jagger. Whoever that guy is. They're trying to figure it out.
Over the years, Eddie touched the lives of many, and none more than the legendary Louie Anderson, who I was able to snag backstage. He and Eddie have been lifelong friends.
So, Louie, you being a funny man yourself, yes?
Yeah.
What do you think about Eddie's humor? How good was he?
You know, Eddie, here's the thing about Eddie, and Lori will tell you this is true. Eddie was funniest when he wasn't trying to be funny. As soon as Eddie started telling a joke, you just went, oh, God, this is great. But when he was just himself, he was really funny. He was charming, he was funny, and he called me up, Lo, I got one for you. And then it would be like, I can't tell this on stage. This is so filthy. This is the worst.
Oh, he had all these PG jokes he told me. Why did he, I guess he saved all the
dirty
filthy stuff for you?
You know, I think he was naturally a funny person. I think I always have a theory that all comedians want to be rock stars and all rock stars want to be comedians. What's the best joke you ever heard? Are you gonna tell me the joke that? Tell me an Eddie joke.
So the joke I'm gonna tell in the middle of the show up there, in the middle of my song, where Eddie talks in the middle of this song, it comes down, boom, 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 and I'm gonna say the joke that I just think was funnier than shit, where Eddie says, this guy calls up his shrink and he says, hey Doc, I need to talk, man. He said, what's the problem? He said, well, my wife's treating me like a dog. And he goes, oh, well, how long has that been going on? I said, oh, since I was a puppy. See, that was funny in itself, right? I thought, oh, this joke's over. Yeah. And the guy goes, oh, well, you need some couch time. He goes, hey, Doc, I ain't allowed on the couch. I mean, come on. That's a good joke.
Great joke.
It's got two tiers to it, you know? Yeah. But he's like Dangerfield. Like you said, Dangerfield seemed like he was probably funnier when he was not trying to be funny. Yeah. Like, woe is me.
Eddie had a character that he did.
Yeah.
Not on stage, and even when he'd get into that, he really had like a manic character.
Yeah.
That was enjoyable and a lot of charisma, and people, they loved him.
Yeah.
And you loved them so much, it didn't matter if the joke was good or not, because you loved the person, you know, delivering the joke to you. That's what I always noticed about Eddie. I always thought, I'm talking to Eddie Money, man. He touched my heart. He would do such sweet things, and he just called me one time and said, hey, Lou, I just want you to know I love my mother, because I wrote a book about my mother. I love my mother as much as you loved your mother. And he said there's big influence,
that's soulful, man.
Big influence on him and my mama and me. And so I think there's that kind of connection, but...
Okay, one last thing though. What are you looking forward, what song are you looking forward to most here? What's your favorite Eddie Money song? Let's put it like that.
Yeah, My Friend.
Oh.
It's a beautiful song.
Yeah, you're going for the deep tracks.
Yeah. Well, I'm a serious person underneath all this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For enjoying Eddie Money as much as I did. Louie.
Peace out.
Louie.
Eddie had friends from all walks of life, including the tight bond he had with James Hetfield. James decided to surprise everyone and perform. Let's see if we can get the dirt on what he's planning to do tonight.
Jimbo, here, you want to do a thing real quick? Just say about Eddie Money? Hey, hi James.
Hey,
James Hetfield.
Hey.
He also drives trucks for me on his time off from Metallica.
Yeah.
So James, what are you doing here?
Oh, I got some speeding tickets for you.
Here's the payola. What are you doing here?
I am here paying tribute to my good buddy Eddie. I miss him, and I know you and I were, like the three of us were on a little text thing quite often and getting Eddie's jokes for the 10th time. I laughed every single time.
Exactly. They almost got funnier as they went up. What song are you doing tonight?
I'm doing Baby Hold On, stripped down, skeleton version, slowed down, everyone's gonna cry.
You're a brave man.
Especially me.
Out of all the people that are here tonight, when you told me you were coming, that's the first thing I said, what are you doing? And when you told me, I thought, this is going to be the most interesting thing for me to see you do that. I'm really proud of you for having the balls to step up there with acoustic guitar, because I don't. And I thought I was meaner than you. I thought I was tougher than you.
You are. You really are.
Only around my family.
Yeah.
But anyway, James, thank you for coming. It's an honor. Good seeing you, buddy. Long live Eddie Money.